So welcome back to another episode of the things we want in FIFA 22. This is the trademark show on the channel where we talk about what we want in the next FIFA game. I want to thank everyone for their comments on episode 1. You guys have great suggestions, everyone has great suggestions for the next FIFA, but it's up to EA to actually do stuff with it. Do I expect any of the things to come into the game? Absolutely not. But even if we get a couple things, it's always a bonus. As always, if you want to contribute to the show, just leave your comments on the things you want to see, and you might get featured for the next episode. If you do enjoy today's video, please leave a like, and make sure you subscribe to the channel for more FIFA 21 content. The last time I checked, subscribing is free, so please do so and help the channel out. Got a suggestion from Kino, who says, I would like dynamic crowds. If your team is playing bad, you get less people in your stadium. Now, I've advocated for dynamic crowds for many years now, and I would actually love to see this in the game as well. Pretty much, it's like an extra visual thing to have in the game as you play the gameplay, and obviously, it's a reflection on your results. Like, if you play bad, less people are going to turn up. They're not going to bother coming to watch a team that's getting pumped every week. But then, as you start getting better, every week, you might pick up a couple wins and stuff. You might see the attendance increase, which in turn affects finances and stuff like that. It makes sense because you see this sometimes in real world football. It would be nice to see in crew mode as weeks progress. If you start playing better, you get more people turning up to the games. It increases your revenue from ticket sales and stuff, and the board gets more happier. And then the opposite could occur as well. If you're playing bad, you drop into the relegation zone, you might see less people turn up. I'm not saying like you only get like 100 people turn up to watch a game, but maybe if you lose 10 to 20% of the actual overall attendance, it'll be something that you notice in the stands, like empty seats and stuff. That would be pretty cool. And, your results will impact that. That's just something extra to think about in career mode. Right now, you can lose every game in the season and you still get like those full capacity crowds turning up and cheering on the team for no reason whatsoever. But also building upon Kino's point, we have a suggestion from Osiris who says, I wouldn't mind seeing a cutscene of home fans leaving their seats and exiting if a team is getting blown out. Potentially make it impact the team morale and the players' performance. That would be interesting, and definitely that does sound interesting, especially because it could affect player morale, player performance, and team morale and stuff. Yeah, I really like that. Pretty much what he's trying to say is you start a game with full crowds, maybe you're away from home, and then you end up smashing this team 4-0 at halftime. Getting towards the 70th minute, 80th minute, you see that the team that's losing can't really catch up, so the home crowd is like, stuff this, I'm going to go home, eat dinner early, and pretty much you start seeing empty seats. That could really be a part of dynamic crowds as well. Imagine how cool it would be to see people getting up, walking up the stairs and just exiting, going to go home and watch I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here or something. And then when you finally finish the match, you might see player morale drop, the board, not having confidence in you and stuff. This dynamic crowd stuff could play a huge part in crew mode, and it sounds like a simple basic feature to have, but if you do it properly, it could have a nice impact on crew mode. So we all know that player crew mode is probably one of the most stale things in the world, and everyone wants change, but more specifically, people just want to be able to come off the bench at EA. Just let the players start on the bench and be able to come off the bench. One class says, how about the possibility of coming off the bench in player crew mode? It's not a hard thing to ask for. I mean, it's very realistic. I've never seen a first team player start from the first minute, but then when he doesn't get picked, absolutely misses the game completely. You either start on the bench or you start on the field from the first minute. I don't know how this is not programmed into career mode by now. The funny thing is, for those people that played the journey, you might remember being able to come off the bench and your objectives will come up on the screen and you get like bonuses and stuff. Pretty much you had your targets, you were talking to the manager, and then you would just run onto the field and play the game that was happening. And you can't do that in player career. Why can't they just transfer some assets over, start player career from scratch once again and make it more like the journey? Because the journey was a better player career mode than what we have at the moment as player career mode. Next up, we have a suggestion from Eli Rules, and they say also kit selector, example home socks with home shorts and shirt. So pretty much being able to mix and match with away kits and home socks or home shorts. Pretty much they want the kit selector to be a bit more expanded and give you more variety. Now this is a feature currently in Madden. I remember when I played Madden last year, I could see that the kit selector was different. Now we're not even talking about like create a kit and stuff. This is just the ability to change different things. Like let's say you wanted to have a home jersey, you could pick that but match it with the away pants and the away socks. You could do that in Madden. Or let's say you wanted a home jersey, away pants and home socks. You could do that. Just different things that the programmers have put into the game. And that would be pretty cool. So it's sort of different to Kit Creator, but it allows you to just have a different appearance when you step onto the field every time, because you can mix different parts of the clothing when you play the game, like the socks, the shirts, and the pants. Next up, we have 7 suggestions from Chris, and we'll just break down a few of them today. Maybe we'll break down a few more in another episode. And Chris is also a channel member, so thank you for being a channel member. He goes, the 7 things we want in FIFA 22. Number 1, the UEFA Nations League. Now, I don't know how the international side of the UEFA license works, because I think PES does have the Euro license at the moment, so I would assume that maybe the Nations League is tied with Konami if they've got that, I don't know. But the Nations League could be good for career mode and stuff. Is it an important license that I would love to have, a must have? Probably not. I would prefer maybe the Euros. But the Nations League is a part of, the whole international side of things. World Cup mode? Mate, I've just given up on World Cup. Gone are the days of mad World Cup games that EA used to make. Gone are the days of actual proper DLC for offline players. Now it's just about online and Ultimate Team and stuff. We'll take a look at the FIFA 18 one soon. But I actually don't think FIFA 22 could feature the World Cup, because the 2022 FIFA World Cup is scheduled to take place in Qatar from 21st of November to the 18th of December. So that would mean FIFA 23 could have a World Cup DLC, and that would actually come out in the first couple of months of FIFA 23, which is pretty unique because usually we have to wait till June the following year to get a DLC for World Cup and stuff. So interesting times ahead when that time comes around. But yeah, I don't think FIFA 22 will feature that unless the dates change. I could be wrong, but unless the dates change, it won't have it. Now, if you remember FIFA 18's World Cup mode, this is basically it. Ultimate Team, Tournament mode, Kickoff, and Online Tournament. Like I said earlier, gone are the days of the road to qualifying, challenge scenarios, all that kind of stuff. It's just more catered to Ultimate Team now. So even if we get World Cup DLCs and stuff, I don't expect it to be as good as the old days, where they actually made proper games for it as well. And Chris would also like to see VAR in the game, and VAR is something that a couple people have asked for the last couple of years, and we still haven't got it in the game for various different reasons. I think the main issue here is that, the game is programmed to know when the ball goes out, when the ball goes over the line and stuff, and VAR would obviously be a little bit hard to implement when the game should know theoretically when the ball goes in and out and stuff. They would have to change the programming a little bit to allow for errors on offside calls, on goal line technology and stuff, and I don't know if they would be willing to do that. If they did do VAR, it would probably be just like a visual thing where they know that it's a goal or something, but the referee just goes over to check. I don't know how they would do it. The main update here comes from Sam Rivera, who is EA's lead gameplay producer, and before FIFA 21 came out, he got asked if VAR would feature in FIFA 21. This is what he had to say. Regarding VAR, it's a very good question, but the answer is no. In a video game, what it would be adding to the experience isn't very important at this time. The system knows if a challenge is a foul or not, so we decided to focus on areas which we consider higher priority. That doesn't mean it won't arrive in the future, but there are no plans to include it in FIFA 21. So obviously FIFA 21 didn't have VAR. Could it come in the future? They're never going to write that stuff off. They might find a way to do it. But at the moment, the system knows pretty much everything about fouls, offsides, ball goes in and out, that kind of stuff. So VAR would sort of be redundant. Now, every episode I like to include a face suggestion for FIFA 22, and the first one for the series has to be Mason Greenwood. The guy deserves a real face. And I can't play FIFA 22, man, with a generic Mason Greenwood. It's already bad enough in FIFA 21. PES already had his face for many years now, but FIFA still yet to include a real face for him. Here is the latest update on that. EA says, due to the current global issue, unfortunately we haven't been able to visit the training ground this year due to club restrictions on external party access. We were able to capture Brendan Williams' head scan during a visit to Carrington in February 2020, but Mason was unavailable to attend this session. So that's pretty much the excuse as to why Greenwood is generic in FIFA 21. Surely by FIFA 22, he should get a real face. Big player for United at the moment, and he can't be running around with a generic face anymore. So that's pretty much it for today's episode. Thanks for those who left comments and stuff. We've got many more episodes to go up until FIFA 22. If you did enjoy today's video, leave a like for me. It always helps. Make sure you subscribe as well for more FIFA 22 content. And please make sure you check out this FIFA video. Hit the card in the middle. It'll take you straight there. I'll see you next time.